Her family mocked her daily for not having a husband, until a rich mountain man claimed her. People said heartbreak makes you stronger, but for Amira, heartbreak had turned into humiliation. And the worst part, it came from her own family. On the morning everything changed, she sat silently at the breakfast table while her aunt's voice sliced through the room like a knife. 30 and still alone, the woman scoffed loudly, as if making an announcement. Even the village girls 10 years younger found husbands. But her, not even a proposal. Her cousins snickered. Someone muttered, maybe she's cursed. Another added, or maybe she's just not worth choosing. Amira kept her gaze on her plate, breathing slowly, refusing to let her tears fall. She had learned to swallow the pain, but each day, the bitterness grew heavier. She hadn't always been treated like this. Years ago, she had been the family's pride, the bright, hard-working daughter who dreamed of becoming a schoolteacher. But after her fiancé left her for someone wealthier, her family turned her heartbreak into a weapon. To them, she had become a burden, a reminder of failure, a woman without a husband, and therefore without value. That morning, her uncle delivered the final blow. "You're eating our food," he snapped. "Yet giving nothing back. What use are you here? If you don't bring home a husband soon, we won't keep wasting money on you." Her aunt pretended to sigh sympathetically. Who would marry her now? She should at least work like the mountain women. They don't complain, they survive. Amira stood up quietly and walked out of the house, her chest aching. She didn't know where she was going, only that she had to escape before their words crushed her completely. She wandered toward the mountains that bordered her village, a place she had always loved since childhood. The air was cooler there, the silence kinder. As she climbed the winding path, she whispered, "God, is there a place in this world where I am enough?" Even once. She didn't expect an answer, much less a man stepping out from the trees. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with a beard and a calm seriousness in his eyes. His clothes were rugged, worn, scented faintly of pinewood. He carried tools, as if he had been working on something deeper in the forest. But it wasn't his appearance that startled her. It was his presence, solid, steady, unbothered by the world's judgment. He looked at her carefully. "You look like you're running from something," he said gently. She froze, embarrassed. "Just needed air." He nodded, as though he already understood. "I'm Zion. My cabin is up near the ridge." Amira blinked. She knew the stories, whispers about the rich mountain man, who owned vast land deep in the woods. Some called him a loner, others called him strange. But all agreed he was wealthy, powerful, and fiercely private. "And you?" he asked. "Amira," she murmured. For a moment, he studied her, truly studied her, as if she wasn't invisible after all. "You're carrying too much pain," he said softly. "You shouldn't be alone with it." His words cracked something in her. She hadn't realized how much she longed, desperately, for someone to see her. She didn't know how long they talked, but the sun had begun to sink before she finally felt brave enough to return home. Zion had walked her halfway, making sure she was safe. And something strange happened, just being near him made her feel lighter. The next day, she visited the mountain again. And the next. And the next. What started as chance meetings became deep conversations, about dreams, regrets, fears, hopes. Zion told her about the accident that took his parents, the years he spent alone, the wealth he inherited but never flaunted. "I wanted quiet," he said, "but sometimes I wonder if quiet is the same as loneliness." Amira told him about her family's cruelty. Instead of pity, he gave her understanding. Instead of judgment, he gave her respect. And slowly, beautifully, she bloomed again. But the real turning point came one evening when her family humiliated her in front of visiting relatives. Her aunt announced loudly, "This one is still unmarried. We don't know what to do with her." Her cousins laughed, "Maybe she should live with the goats." Someone added, "Or maybe no man will ever look her way, she's too plain." Just then, the front door knocked. When her uncle opened it, silence fell like a stone. Zion stood there, towering, confident, commanding. His presence alone swallowed the room's arrogance. "I've come for Amira," he said simply. Her family stared, stunned. He continued, every word firm and clear, "She has more kindness, strength, and honesty than anyone I've met. And I would like to ask for her hand, not because she needs a place to go, but because I want her beside me for the rest of my life." Gasps filled the room. Her aunt whispered, he's the rich mountain man. Amira's heart pounded. She looked at him, trembling. Zion, are you certain? He stepped closer, his eyes warm. I've never been more certain of anything. You were never the problem, Amira. You were simply surrounded by people too blind to see your worth. Her family, pale and ashamed, had no words. Their mockery had dissolved into shock and regret. Zion offered his hand. And for the first time in years, Amira took a step not out of fear, but toward the life she deserved. A year later, her life in the mountains felt like a rebirth. She taught children from nearby villages, started a small community school Zion built for her, and filled their home with laughter and warmth. And every morning, Zion would whisper, "Thank you for choosing me," as though she had gifted him the world. Whenever she thought about her past, the mockery, the loneliness, she no longer felt pain. She felt gratitude. Because without those dark days, she would never have reached the mountains, or the man who saw her value. Her story became a lesson whispered among neighboring villages. The world may mock you. Life may break you. But the right person will recognize your worth instantly, and choose you without hesitation. And Amira, she finally realized something powerful. Being unwanted by the wrong people means nothing. Being treasured by the right one means everything.